The United States of America will not finance your war anymore. The USA has categorically refused to sponsor the African Union to go fight Al-Shabab. You better find your own money and go fight your own fight. Is this racism or not? What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. Piga mikono, piga ma coffee, piga ma coffee. It's always a beautiful pleasure, man. That means clap your hand in Swahili. Once again, Swahili is the most spoken language in Africa. If you don't know, now you know. Most spoken language, all these countries here, Congo, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, they all speak Swahili. All of them speak Swahili. It's different Swahili from one place to the other. Not quite different accent, different word as well. But if they talk to one another, they'll understand each other. Yeah, it's a little bit like, what can I say? Swaziland and South Africans, they understand each other, you know. The people from Botswana and South Africa, they understand each other. Swahili is the most spoken language. I mean, if you spoke Swahili, we'd be speaking Swahili right now. But you don't want to try because you just want to speak English. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Zack. I don't know who you are. You probably stopped because I look like your cousin. Thank you, cousin. You're very appreciated. Come, we want you here. This is home. This is home for all of us. Okay, you want to know about the motherland? You're at the right place, brother. Know about South Africa, Namibia, Malawi, Egypt. Yeah, you're gonna find out Nigeria. Okay, today we're talking about Somalia. Okay, I think this is very interesting. We need to find out about this. It's crazy. Why Africans are very good at coming together when it comes to destroying somebody. I'm just going to be honest with you. And it's sad because you find the same stuff in the Caribbean, the same stuff in African American community. Am I telling the truth or lies? Yes. You come together to destroy one of you. Very, very easy. To destroy it, very easy. You come insult somebody and degrade what he does. Very, very easy. But to get people together, to put money together and sponsor somebody, it's very difficult. To get people together to do something positive, put €1 to push one of us. We 100,000, just €1 so we can make him $100,000 rich. We don't like that. We ask you to join the private group so we can push this further, so we can give us the, you know what I mean? No, you don't want to do it. But thank you for the people that are joining the private group where we're going to do our live streaming this weekend. We appreciate it. If you want to be part of these people, please click on this button and follow through. See you on the other side. Thank you. Now, the United States of America has categorically refused to provide financial support to the African Union. Why is that? This is the finest African Union needs to go and fight terrorists in Somalia. A delegation of senior African Union officials traveled to the United States of America this week in the last-ditch effort to secure funding for ASOM, which is set to replace the current AU transition mission in Somalia. So basically, in very simple English, some Africans left Africans, responsible Africans, to go to the US to ask for money. Money for what? Money for ASOM. ASOM is a new group of people that are going to go into Somalia to fight against Al-Shabab. Why are they fighting Al-Shabab? Because Al-Shabab is perceived by the world as a terrorist group, but they have taken over the majority of Somalia. They run stuff. In 1991, Somalia went through the most. The institutions were weak. Al-Shabab came on board, brought some help to some people, secured some areas, and they gained the trust of the people. And with time, they gained more terrain and more terrain. But unfortunately, they wanted to bring new things in Somalia that never existed in the past. They didn't want no Christian here, because for them, Christian the enemy. Just one little example about the Sharia law is if you steal something from somebody, they're going to chop your hand off. Now, the problem is, what if I didn't steal, but you've chopped my hand? Let's stop right there. Washington, during a meeting held in Kampala last month, made its position clear. No US funding will be committed unless other donors contribute equally and structural reform are made to the mission mandate to better reflect the evolving security landscape in Somalia. In other words, the US will not give you money anymore unless you guys come on board. Because Africans do not contribute in the African project. You hear what I'm saying, fellas? Africans don't contribute. They want money from other people. And this is why we're seeing problems in many African nations. When America say, I'm not funding anymore, people are losing jobs, people are collapsing, people are getting sick because you never were prepared. And besides not being prepared, you're not willing to come together. It's difficult to get money out of black people. Very difficult. Somalia going through the most. It has brothers, and these brothers don't want to contribute. Now, who sponsors these soldiers to go to fight Al-Shabab in Somalia? The EU, $4 billion. The UK, $77 million. The United States of America, $500 million. What do the Africans do? Nothing. Very little, like this. Despite nearly 2 decades of AU military presence, the Islamist insurgent group Al-Shabab remain entrenched with recent offensive by the group reversing hard-won gains made by Somali forces. Al-Shabab has reclaimed significant territory in the middle and lower Shabelle region, just outside capital Mogadishu. So you've been fighting and they've been beating you up. You've been fighting and you've been losing terrain, but you still want us to sponsor hundreds of millions of dollars. It makes no sense. We're not going to do this anymore. So if you guys don't come on board for your own problems, we're not going to do this. Is this racism from America or not? Let me know. Is this racism or not? Let me just remind you here, fellas. You see this building? This is the African Union building in Ethiopia. This building was entirely sponsored by China. Yes, let me repeat that. It was entirely sponsored by China. Why? Because Africans don't know how to bring money together and do things. They don't. None. China had to build the building and say, I'm offering you this as a present, as a gift to my friendship to you. Do you think there's free gifts? There is no free gift. Later on, they found that China allegedly had put microphones in alleys, in chairs, in bathrooms, listening to all conversations that African leaders were talking about. I mean, this is a place where African leaders go sit down and have discussion on how to move forward, how Africans are going to want to be together, how Africa is going to develop. Who do we need to cut out, cut off? But all these conversations have been registered and recorded. And every night, data was leaving computers from the African Union going to a server in China. Imagine that. Now, are you going to blame the Chinese for that? You can't blame them. They gave you stuff for free. And this is not the first time. Many years ago, Africa did not have satellite for telecommunication. So in order for me to make a phone call from one room to the next room, or from one house to the next house, my call had to be routed to Europe in some satellite in Germany or France, then routed back to Africa. That's why the calls were so expensive. We're talking here in 1990s. Calls were very expensive. I remember back at the time, there was this phone, the big one. Some people call it telecell. They had like a long antenna, big ones that they were expensive. And people that held these phones were either security agencies of the government, not everyday security. I'm talking about the equivalent of the CIA and the KGB of African countries that had these big machines, or big business people with a lot of money. I even remember one day I called one of my friends, but his family was rich. When my mom acquired one of those big phone, I called my friend, hey, how are you doing, brother? Then I heard his mom, they were a rich family. His mom said, who called you? He said, Zack. Zack called you. Oh, even him also bought the phone. Wow. Yeah, like I felt so bad. Like he bought the phone. Like I'm a piece of trash. Like I don't deserve any good thing. Well, today I got more money than his son. Okay, bye. So that's what it is, fellas. America said we're not sponsoring. You want to go fight the terrorists? Go gain some ground. Go win some wars. Listen to this. They've accused the previous group because Africans are looking for money for the next group. The previous group did this. The outgoing African Union mission is reportedly grappling with the severe financial shortfalls, including nearly $100 million in unpaid salaries and operational debts. The funding crisis has eroded troop morale and raised fear of security vacuum. So in other words, $100 million missing. People have not been paid. How are they going to fight? Who ate the money? I'm sorry, in Africa you say eat the money. Like spend the money. Who ate the money? $100 million. But you still go to the same guy asking him, begging him for money. You say these people are racist. Then don't give them reasons to be racist. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. Is this racism or just rational? God bless.